Hope everybody's doing well. Had a great week. Want to do a quick recap tonight. Going to head out with the family, so I just want to point out a couple of things here. So if we look at a daily chart again, what we see is a couple of things here. Hey, we had a drop today, right? Well, we had a move up. Like look at NQ first. We had a move up, and then we dropped down. Okay, so what does that mean? We'll see. But we did take out the buy side and the buy side, the daily and the weekly buy side, which is kind of what I was expecting to happen because normally when you have that, you take it out. Normally you have a bit of a retrace, and so we'll see what happens. Going into next week. On the ES side, kind of same thing. We took out the weekly buy side that we had set yesterday, but then we retrace back down. So, again, that's why we look at the charts and see what we want to do, what the market wants to do. So no, there's no, not looking at any fair value gaps or anything at this point to tell me, that we're going to do anything right now. There is a huge one right here now that's been formed. That we may end up cutting back down into. Again, not sure. Same thing here, right? So we have a huge fair value gap, bearish. I'm sorry, this one's, I'm trying to say bearish. He's a bullish fair value gap, so we got to come down to go back up. Okay, so same thing here, bullish fair value gap, come down to go back up. Sorry for my drawing, but you guys get the idea. All right, so if we take it down really quick to a quick 5-minute view, NQ was phenomenal today. ES, not so much. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's because we, oops, sorry guys. Let me get us back to the ES on this one. Make sure I'm on NQ over here. Okay, I swapped them. Okay, there we go. All right, so if I'm looking at the 5-minute on the ES, we'll pull back today. ES was a little tricky because, all right, a little tricky because we confirmed low. All right, actually, I'm sorry, we confirmed low here. All right, and then we barely. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me make this. Let me make that bigger. Okay, let me do it this way. Cause this was an interesting one. You had to be on your game for this one. All right, so we confirmed low, formed a bearish fair value gap, which means price wants to go back into it and come down. Okay, that's what that means, right? We know that now. See what right there, that little tip of that wick went right above the DR low and then reversed off of it. So if you got in there on the ES, you were in great shape. So following the rules, doing things you're supposed to do, that's you're in great shape. Because then you could just ride that all the way down. I mean, this was a really nice move down. Now, we did come back up into it, or tried to come back into it, but we never got back into above the fair value gap, or never really got back into the that bearish fair value gap for the next move. Okay, then we did it again. This time we did come back into the fair value gap. If you take this out a little further, we did get back into it. And then for that third move. So, there were moves there. It's just a matter of, how confident were you in taking those plays when you weren't really truly in the zone where you want to be. Okay. Now, the reason why I say yes, I mean, NQ was so great because NQ did exactly what it was supposed to do. All right. From a DR perspective. Okay. Same kind of thing here. All right. So I did take trades off. Took 2 trades off of this one. Could have taken 3. But I took 2 because I had some overnight trades that, I'm using my my funded accounts, and so you would think you just make as much money as you want. And today was one of the days I could have made a lot more, but I have to limit how much I make because I don't want to change. I don't want to mess up my ratios because on a funded account, especially when I'm using now on the static drawdown, they have a 40% cap. So basically, no one trade could be more than 40% of your total profit. Or you have to kind of get back down to that 40%. And so what I do on those accounts is I just have a daily target. So if I know, for instance, let's say I want to make, let's say $300 a day. I got to trade for 15 days. That's $4,500, right? I can only take out 2,500, right, on this account. So that way I'll take out 25 and I'll have 2,000 left as kind of as a buffer, which works out great, especially on a static drawdown account. So for me, I know if I really make more than, if I make, $1,000 in that account, I'm gonna throw those ratios off, and I gotta kind of keep trading to get it back down to no one trade being above 40%. So when I get those funded accounts, I literally sit there and just kind of map out how much I want to make off that account, and then divide that by the number of days I have to trade. On elite trader funding, it's 15 days. On on Apex, it's 10 days. And so I just do the math that way. And then I kind of lock those into my, when I'm making my trades, that's, those are my profit targets. So anyway, so that's what happened today on a couple of these accounts where, again, on NQ, confirmed low here, right back up above, right? A nice wick above the IDR, the low. And so orders placed on IDR low, and a really nice, nice down move there. Then so price comes back up, does the same thing again. Another great trade coming down here. Not as deep as this one, but again, same. Excuse me. But again, a nice, nice move. Because again, we're talking on NQ, that's this is 1850, and we're talking down to below 18,000, right? So that's a 50-point move, and you kind of do the math on that one. But again, my take profits are much lower than that. So I traded actually. So I traded this account. I'm using two contracts on each. So by the time I make this trade, I'm halfway through it. I switch to a different account to take this trade, right? So just kind of things you got to do to make it work. So I was done trading at that point, the afternoon, but the third trade was right here. You could have taken that trade also. All right. So, again, same motion as what we had on ES, but just it just lined up differently. And again, I will say it, because it happened to me overnight where I had to sit through a significant drawdown, for me to, recover, back to where it was. I knew it would recover. I just didn't know how much the drawdown was going to be on the NQ, right? If I was on ES, it would have been a much shorter, much smaller drawdown, and I wouldn't even worried about it. So anyway, guys, hope this was helpful. Hope you guys had a great week. We'll see what next week brings, and we'll keep trading what the market gives us. All right. Hey, love on your loved ones. You never know when you won't be able to do it again, so take advantage of each and every opportunity. Definitely appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later.